Hey guys, today's topic of the video is going to be about William Shakespeare important play Hamlet's. A critical question: why does Hamlet delays his revenge against Claudius? What are the reasons of Hamlet's procrastination? But before starting, I will suggest you to subscribe to my channel so that you can get all my literature related videos. Also, the link of all plays written by William Shakespeare and including Hamlet and the biography of William Shakespeare are given in the description below. You can go and watch these videos in the description. So starting with the introduction of play Hamlet. Hamlet is a play written by William Shakespeare and was published in 1603. It is a Shakespearean tragedy and the longest play written by William Shakespeare. The play contains themes of revenge, murder and deceit. Who was Hamlet? Hamlet is a tragic hero and protagonist of the play Hamlet written by William Shakespeare. He is the prince of the state of Denmark and set to avenge his father's murder, who was killed by Claudius. Hamlet is a thoughtful but confused and indecisive young man in the play. Why does Hamlet want to kill Claudius? The ghost of Hamlet's late father appears and tells Hamlet the real reason for his death. The ghost says, "Murder most foul, as in the best it is, but this most foul, strange and unnatural murder." It further says, "Now Hamlet here, 'tis given out that, sleeping in the orchard, a serpent stung me. So the whole air of Denmark is by a forged process of my death, rankly abused. But now, thou noble youth, the serpent that did sting thy father's life, now wears his crown." The ghost asks Hamlet to kill Claudius because he has killed him, the king of Denmark, and he has become the king of Denmark. Claudius has become the king of Denmark. His brother has become the king of Denmark. Hamlet's uncle has become the king of Denmark. He is going to corrupt the state of Denmark. Something is rotten in the state of Denmark. He has married Hamlet's mother and late king's wife Gertrude, and it is incestuous marriage. Why do we get feelings of Hamlet's delay? How can we say that Hamlet is delaying throughout the play? Hamlet's father, Ghost, appears in the first act of the play and asks him to avenge him. But throughout the play, which was the next 4 acts, Hamlet is confused and takes no action. Many times we see Hamlet in the authority and state where he can easily kill Claudius, but he does not. Is he lazy, or is he the man of words, not the man of action? What happens to him? His fire of vengeance. Is there any reason, or it is just to help the play to extend or drag? What are the reasons of Hamlet's procrastination? The possible reasons of Hamlet's procrastinations are given below, and perhaps these are his grief, his religious reasons, the psychological reasons. It might be confusion or Oedipus complex, moral reasons, Hamlet's doubt, etc. Moving toward first reason, Hamlet's grief. At the start of the play, Hamlet is grieving of his father's death and his mother's impulsive marriage with the brother of his father, who is the new king of Denmark. And Hamlet is feeling alone and isolated. Secondly, Claudius calls Hamlet's grievance for a long time inappropriate and says, "But to preserve an obstinate condolement in a curse of impious stubbornness, this unmanly grief, it shows a will must incorrect to heaven." Claudius calls the grievance of Hamlet unmanly. Thirdly, when the ghost of his late father asks Hamlet that Claudius has killed him, this charges Hamlet with further grief and anger. Hamlet is grieving as and that could be the reason of his inactivity or his procrastination. Second probable reason is religious reason. Though Hamlet is written in the Catholic and Protestant time period of Elizabethan era, so it can include the religious reasons of that time. Hamlet gets King Claudius while he is praying alone, and it was the perfect time for him to kill the king. But Hamlet's mind was not clear because killing the king at that time can drag the king to heaven and not to hell, and in this way his purpose of killing him will be in vain. The ghost asks Hamlet to kill the king to avenge the late king, but Hamlet is in confusion if the ghost is evil or good. Hamlet says, "The spirit that I have seen may be devil, and the devil hath power to assume a pleasing shape. Yeah, and perhaps out of my weakness and my melancholy, and as he is very potent with such spirit, abuses me to damn me." Third reason is rationality of Hamlet. The ghost makes Hamlet adult. He thinks that if the ghost is in the face of evil and provoking him to kill the king, and in this way he will commit an unjust murder. Hamlet thinks critically and totally analyze the existence of the ghost, and to find the truth, he draws himself into madness and also organizes the play within a play, the house trap or the murder of Gonzago, to know the truth. During this play, Hamlet checks the reaction of the king, consensus, and he got the truth. The king grows pale. In this way, Hamlet knows the truth. Moreover, Hamlet is not an emotional guy. Rather, he thinks and interprets the situation intelligently, critically, and rationally. He does not want to do anything under the influence of his emotions. He's not an emotional guy. Alright, moving towards next reason, Hamlet is a thinker, not a man of action. Normally, heroes take action and kill the villain. But here Hamlet talks and thinks too much, and it delays his action of revenge. He reasons and thinks. He thinks in every direction, and in his long soliloquies, he shows off his confusion and his inability. He is self-doubting. He is indecisive about the ghost. Moreover, Hamlet is finding a perfect time to avenge his father's murder, so that the soul of Claudius go to hell directly. Moving towards fifth reason, morals of Hamlet. Hamlet belongs to a noble family and he has a noble attributes. His morality teaches him that killing someone is immoral, and this could be the chief reason of Hamlet's delay. His moral values does not permits him to kill someone or murder someone without any proof. So even though he gets very close to Claudius, he doesn't kill him. Sixth reason could be his heroic stance. When Hamlet finds the king alone and praying, it is easy to kill him from behind. But here Hamlet gives a heroic stance and rejects the idea of killing him from behind, because it is not heroic to kill an enemy from behind. Seventh is his confusion. He is confused adult throughout the play. He is confused with the existence of the ghost. He thinks of the ghost, and he is still confused when he has an open opportunity to kill Claudius. His confusion overshadows his actions. To be or not to be is a soliloquy explaining his confused state of mind. Eighth reason is his method of finding the reason. Hamlet induces madness over himself and tries to dig the truth of his father's murder. Here engages the mousetrap play to find the thoughts of the consciences of Claudius. He avoids killing Claudius because he is searching for the truth using it his own way. Ninth, is killing the king difficult? Hamlet is a procrastinator because he thinks that killing a king would have harmful consequences, or he thinks killing the king would be difficult because he is a coward. But I don't support this idea because he could have killed Claudius while praying. It was easy for him. 10th is Hamlet and Oedipus complex, his chief psychological reason. Oedipus complex is a psychoanalytical theory of Sigmund Freud's book Interpretation of Dreams in the phenomena of repressed desires of a child, and it is the phenomena of the repressed desires of a child's sexually attraction toward the opposite sex parent. The Hamlet throughout the play has delayed his father's revenge against Claudius because of the Oedipus complex. Hamlet wants to kill his father to marry his mother in his repressed desires, and this was done by Claudius, who has killed his father and married Gertrude and becomes the king of the state of Denmark. And Hamlet is pleased by Claudius's action, which he actually wants to do himself, but he was not brave enough to do that. Hamlet's father was his rival in unconsciousness, and he is pleased for the death of his father, and what he wanted deep down in his desires is done by Claudius, and now Hamlet thinks himself as Claudius. And throughout the play, he mentions the sexual activities of her mother with Claudius. Throughout the play, Hamlet delays the murder Claudius because he imagined himself Claudius, and that's the reason he kills Claudius after Gertrude's death, because there is no chance for Hamlet reuniting with his mother. And 11 is the rational reason of Hamlet's delay is Shakespeare's part. It's because Shakespeare had written the Hamlet in that way. There is much more towards the writers. There is much more towards the writers who she portrays or writes. There is much more towards the writers how he or she portrays or writes a character and his or her journey. Hamlet is a character written by William Shakespeare, and Shakespeare uses this creative liberty to drag or mold the incidents in his own ways. Shakespeare wrote what he wanted to show us. Hamlet is a living rather he is created by William Shakespeare, and he has the authority to define the character he is writing. Hamlet is not living. Rather, he is created by William Shakespeare and has the authority to define the character he is writing. Also, keep in mind that not every story can be written in a similar way. Otherwise, there will be no distinction and every story or plot would be alike and monotonous. Authority is in the hand of every writer, and it is up to his or her to write whatever he or she wants. Thanks for watching. I hope you like or dislike this video. Also comment in the comment box of further inquiry, and also subscribe to my channel if you like this video. Also follow me on Instagram. The Instagram link is given in the description and here. So thanks for watching. Thank you.